Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Positivity with Tamika. I'm excited because, of course, I get to hang out with you for yet another Friday. But I've been thinking the last couple of days it's been nice outside, so I've had the opportunity to get back outside. That is how I get back into my zen. And then I've also started back working out. So week one down, I'm super sore, but it's okay because there are some rewards on the other end once I get through the first phase, the first season of this soreness, right? So that's what they say. Anyway, I was thinking, and I am looking down because I somebody gifted me this. It's a little mirror, and the teapot goes on top of it, just like so. I don't want to break it, but that's what it is, and I have it sitting on the corner of my desk. And as I was thinking about this week's title and episode, title for this week, when you're pouring out. So, in order to pour out of a teapot, you have to actually have the water in the tea. Put the water in. For this instance, you'll put a tea bag in and then you will pour it out. But analogy for this is when we continue to pour out and pour out and pour out, if you're never getting anything back in, you're pouring out. But in the inside, you're feeling empty because as you keep pouring and pouring, pouring, you actually do get empty. And so that's what I was thinking about the last couple of days because I haven't been walking. It got cold outside, and I'm like, okay. But yet I'm going here, I'm going there, like traveling and doing a lot of different things. And so, really, as I was thinking about today and thinking about all the things that are going on in the world right now and travel and so forth, especially as I get ready to start my ninth season with ESPN and start my first games on Monday. So excited about that, nervous, excited. There's always like that introductory period and getting back into the groove. So I'm excited about that. But I'm hearing a lot of stories about travel. I'm watching social media, you're watching the news and so many different things. People are working and not getting paid, but yet we keep pouring, pouring, pouring. You're showing up, you're showing out. Maybe you don't get the recognition you feel like you should deserve. You're pouring, pouring, pouring. You show up at places even though people might not acknowledge that you showed up. You showed up for them. You showed up at places. Pour, pour, pour. And so I was thinking about this and just thinking about the analogy of the frustration that sometimes goes into having to continue to pour and not being able to receive and get the thing and having people pour into you. So, yeah, in a sense, like even thinking about TSA right now, right? People working and not getting paid to do what they do. I don't know how many people would be working and not getting paid. So, I mean, we have a lot going on, and I am so thankful. I am on the Indianapolis Airport Authority Board, so I every time I travel, I smile regardless of what's going on. I smile, but just acknowledging people for the great things that they do. We are one of the award-winning airports, mid-sized airports, so that's exciting. That the success that we've had. So, needless to say, I'm always saying thank you because even no matter what, no matter when, the people that come around, the people that do their job but do a stellar job at their job, I always like to make sure that I just say thank you. So, thank you, and I think right now as we go through and thinking about us as individuals, and going back to what I just said, you do the right thing, you show up, you're loyal, you are committed, you're dedicated. And I think about Tease Me and my team and just how amazing they are, the ones that show up every single day and show out and want to serve and be available and dedicated to the people that we get a chance to serve. So I think about that, keeping the faith and all of that. But I know that there's also some people here and there that you get to that point where it's like, okay, I'm pouring, pouring, pouring. What is the point? And when do I get, in a sense, maybe some people, when do I get my reward? And when do I get? And so one thing that I've learned over the course of, I know I'm not that old, but over the course of years, and especially as I've transitioned from being on the basketball floor, because I felt like when I was on the basketball court, although there were times that maybe you didn't think that you got what you deserve, as far as the success, but every single day it was rewarding to go in the gym, to work out, to get on the floor with my teammate, to have my coaches, to have the people that surrounded. Like every day, I felt that I had that. And since then, it's kind of been a little rocky, the highs and lows of just life, and life is life. And so when you get to that point of what's the point, one thing that I've learned is that even when I feel like things aren't going my way, I feel like I'm like, okay, God, like what's going on? That no matter what, God still keeps the score. And through all of this that's going on, He sees your effort, He sees your energy, He sees your focus, He sees your dedication, He sees your integrity, your patience. Nothing that you pour out right now goes unnoticed, or not even right now, but nothing that you pour out goes unnoticed. And so I think that's something that is cool to know, and that as you're going, there's always people watching. And I always tell the people that are in my circle, I'm like, look, there is nothing from from the tea shop to the foundation to being a player to being in so many different roles, just from a family perspective. There's always people watching, and nothing that you do ever goes unnoticed. So know that, and maybe think about sometimes in situations where we're like, okay, like what's the point? When am I going to get poured into? What's the next? You kind of plotting left foot, right foot. You're just plotting forward with no real direction. Sometimes God allows these things, and not bad things, but sometimes He allows these waiting seasons for us to be able to get strengthened for our roots, and the thing that maybe it's like, okay, I feel like even for myself, sometimes I've been able to operate at like just a generic level, but in those sitting times, I've had to dig a lot deeper and figure out, okay, God, like what's my next step? Where am I going? What should I be doing? What's my purpose? And all of that. And so, when I was thinking about when you're pouring out and feeling empty, I was led to Galatians 6:9, and let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. I'm going to say it one more time. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And I know it's not always about the harvest. I think more importantly, it's about uh, staying consistent, right? So staying consistent, doing good, making sure that at the proper time, and that just means like sometimes we got to push through. And I feel like right now we are in a time in our world where people are having to learn how to push through, and we're all being tested in different ways. It looks a lot different person to person, but as Galatians 6:9 says, we will not give up. All right, that's the one thing. So do not give up, but making sure on the other side that we will reap a harvest. So I like that verse. I think it's good, and not necessarily from the reap a harvest and always thinking about financially and money, but all of the other intangible things that maybe you're looking for, opportunities that come your way, doors that open miraculously, people that you get connected to in different sense. So there's so many great things I think that come out of it. And stay true to that Galatians 6:9, and know that when you get to that point, that there is the other side. And I think we don't always know when that comes. You might not see your harvest, you might not know when it's coming, but keep showing up with heart, keep doing good, keep steeping in the faith. Somebody will eventually pour into your teapot, and I think that's a good word. So if this spoke to you today, share it with someone who needs it. Remind them. I think the consistent reminder of, like I said, with my RTSA teammate at the airport, and Catch Your Stars, our volunteers, and with the tea shop, my team members. I mean, I like to say that I consistently just say thank you, because I know a lot of times you do things and maybe somebody overlooks or doesn't see it. So the consistency of making sure thank you goes a thank you and a smile goes a long way. So don't give up. Your value isn't tied to a paycheck. It's rooted in purpose, and your purpose is still alive. So stay focused. But as I said, if it spoke to you, share it with somebody. Like it, subscribe it, share all of that good stuff. And I will see you next week. Keep the faith, keep pouring, don't give up. We got so much more to come. I'll see you guys next week.